Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I want to start by thanking you for watching this, clicking on the title because you find it interesting or because you have subscribed to me or anything. I'm pretty excited. I've been doing these videos a little bit more frequently now, and I'm hoping that it's helping you guys out, that I'm showing you things that might be of use to you, and that any tips and tricks that you might find here, you can pass on and learn more about the hobby if you're just getting into it, or just see a new thing if you are already in this deep like I am. So again, I apologize for the allergies, and I've already talked for too long. So what I want to say is that this video is going to be about creating, to me, what's going to be an ultimate whoop. And I got to thinking about this because I really love this. This is the Eachine E010s. It has an F3 board. It has upgraded Racerstar motors. I changed the camera to a bolt clash. And what I have found with it is that it's so much fun to fly indoors. I think, if I'm really honest, and I have a lot of quads, I think over 70 at this point, this is probably now my favorite, and it's because I can fly it anywhere, I can fly it anytime, whether it's raining, whether it's nice. I can always just pull up my Sky Zone goggles, take out my taranis, and fly this around the house. It's amazing. But what I want to do is I want to make sure to get, the last little bits of performance and get it as good as it can be. So this video, I'm going to talk about a few things that I'm thinking about doing, and I want to show you some comparisons so that when you're thinking about what you might do to make your ultimate whoop, you have some ideas. So first of all, what you're going to see here is we have a few different frame options. Now, where to start? This here is the original Eachine E010 frame, which is pretty nice by all standards. It's not too heavy. I'll weigh it for you right now so you can see exactly how much it weighs. It's not too heavy. It's very strong, very strong. It's not super flexible, and I've noticed that in crashes this survives pretty much anything. It's a really amazing little frame. But what I know is that it weighs 4.36 grams. Let's see, yeah, 4.36, 4.37, seems pretty accurate. It's pretty heavy. This is great if you're thinking about durability, if you're thinking about having something that's gonna last you a long time, and if you're just learning, this frame might be the one you want to go with. But it's too heavy for me, for my purposes. Now, this here is the new Eachine E010s frame, which is sort of a copy of the Furry B36 frame. It has slanted struts and just a little bit of a different geometry up here. And it's the one that the E010 comes with. And it's clear, so it's nice. It's very durable. I've crashed this more times than I can count, and nothing has broken on it. No struts, no nothing. And as for the weight, it weighs 3.8 grams. So again, very nice, very light. It is an awesome choice if you want to use it for that in between. I've heard it's a slightly more fragile than the E010 normal one, but I haven't had any problems, and I fly pretty fast. I fly pretty hard, so that's a good option. All right, so moving on. The next frame I want to show you guys is, I've never actually had a original Inductrix, which the original Tiny Whoops were based off of, but I believe this is about as close as you can get to the original frame, though this one comes with a new Kingkong 6.5. Kingkong 6, I think it's called. Sorry, I'll put the link in the description, but it's one of the new ones, and it is tiny. I mean, just look at them in comparison. The size of the ducts, the plastic inside, it's very minimalistic. So when I got this, I'm pretty excited because, as you're gonna see, it weighs just a little bit over 3 grams. That's crazy. That's amazing. This is so cool, and I'm actually gonna end up, if I use it, which I'm leaning towards it right now, probably gonna even reduce a little bit more weight because I need to cut that off because I'm gonna use the batteries that come with this this model. So this weighs almost nothing, and to be honest, it does seem a little bit more frail. I'm sure that I'm gonna end up breaking this somehow. And sorry, you can probably hear my dog. He wants to be carried because he's a little brat. But the frame's a little bit more frail, I think, than I would like. But it is so light that I really want to use it. So I'm leaning towards this right now. Next, oh yeah, and it also comes with a little canopy in case you want to put the camera on top. I usually put the camera at the bottom. I like the low slung mount of that. But this is an option if you want to, be adventurous and put it on top. And it only weighs a gram, 1.2 grams. Yep, 1.2 grams. So even with this, it's still not much heavier than this. And it's gonna add a little bit of protection if you want to do it. So I bought this on Banggood. I think the kit that came with all these things was roughly $6-7, but so it's an option. So whereas this is only $3 and this is like $1, you're spending a little bit more, but you're getting probably some performance boost because every gram counts, every milligram counts with these tiny ones. All right, so next, these are the propellers that the E010 and others come with. They're the red ones because I think they look the best. And this is what you usually get in the original form. And let's see, they weigh 0.28 grams. Not very much. Now, I haven't weighed these before, so let's see how they compare. 0.24, so they're very slightly lighter. I'm not sure how well they're going to perform, but I wanted to try them out. I've been using 2 bladed props, which, as you can probably guess, are probably even lighter than that. But I think that using something like this might give you a little bit more thrust, a little bit more power and control than these do, even though this setup is gold. I mean, this is almost perfect to me. So that's kind of the overview of this little bit. One of the reasons I'm actually making this is because after flying this so much, the motors have finally died. So it still runs, it still goes out there, but the motors just don't spin like they used to. You can feel them feel a little gritty when you use them. If you blow on them, they stop fairly quickly. So you can tell that the brush aspect of them in there is probably finally damaged. And what I'm noticing is a very decreased performance and very decreased. So because of that, I think I finally need to change them. And I'm sad because I love these. These have been amazing. I actually bought a new pair of these, but in the meantime, between those going out and me getting the new ones, these babies came out. And I wanted to do a separate review about them, but because I don't have a very accurate thrust measuring device with me, I'm just going to do a sort of real life test to see if these babies, which are I believe 60,000 RPM motors that just came out, they're the new Racerstars, the big brothers, or rather older, newer brother. I don't know what you would say because they're new, but they're upgrades. So the upgraded version of these. And granted, I don't necessarily like the purple, and it's going to mess with my color scheme. I really love this color scheme. but I want to use them. I want to see how they perform in the real life world. And so you're going to see, after me swapping this all out, exactly how they will perform. And I'm probably going to pair them with these. I'm not sure if having higher RPM and more blades is the way to go. It might switch back to 2 blades, but again, just want to see how it goes and tell you guys about it. And I'll put some flight videos in there too, so you can see it all. In terms of the build, all I'm going to do is port this into this, because I think I've decided that this is going to be the new frame, and put these and these all together along with the Bold Clash 1 camera, which, as you can see, I love because it tucks right underneath, and it's low profile. It adds to the balance because the center of gravity stays pretty much center with the board versus other cameras which are mounted up here in the front or even on top, which add a bit more wobble because they serve as a tall lever. So I'm going to try to keep that there. There's not a lot of room. I think the board sits a lot more low profile here, but maybe once I cut this, I'll have just enough room to stick the board and the TX underneath there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. All you really need for this, once you have the E010s, is to unscrew it, screw it in here. I believe they are the same size, although you have to use the back mount instead of the center mount like you have on this frame. And once I have it all together, I'll show you what it looks like. I don't think I need to show you this step by step, although I will show you the step-by-step on how to mount the TX, because another commenter asked about that before. So I'll go ahead and show you how to do that and show you how to mount the camera up here, which might be a little tricky on this one because, as you can tell, there's really no really no place like in the 10 frame where there's a little bridge there. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that, come back to you. And 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, so before I do that, I just realized I should really show you how much this weighs before doing all that stuff, because I have not shown you that. And I had already unscrewed the 2 first screws from the board, so I'm just gonna add those there. And I'm gonna put it down carefully. So you can see currently it weighs 20 grams and 20.2 grams. And it's currently a little bit heavier than I want it to be because I added a little bit more, sorry, I pressed it down. I added a little bit more protection up here and over here with liquid electrical tape, just because I didn't want anything short and I wanted to make this a tough connection. But I believe that when I first made this, before adding all that stuff, it only weighed 19.73 grams, which is pretty damn good. It's about as light as you can get these things in this type of configuration. So let's see, after porting it to this, what it turns out to be. So once again, I'm going to go ahead and put all that stuff in there, and I'll get right back to you. Alright guys, so I ran into a little issue, so I wanted to just update you as I go along, since this is kind of a build vlog. I think I was really excited about using this. As you can see, I already added the motors to it. But one of the things I noticed is that when you put down the flight controller, you can never quite get it to level. And the reason for that is because of this little inductor right here. So because of it, I don't know if you can see it, it's too tall. So it makes it so that the board will never rest quite flushed against that. And even if you add these, it doesn't really do much in terms of, kind of keeping it level, especially when you have to tighten down the screws. And then the other thing that I run into is that I really like having the transmitter underneath this board, as I mentioned before. So it fits pretty well underneath here, as you can see. It kind of works really well when you do it that way. And let's see, yeah. So if you put it down there, it sort of even just stacks by itself, so you can have the transmitter and the board all sort of together. And one of the things that I noticed is that with this frame, which is the E010s, like I mentioned, it all stacks up perfectly. And even though this one does allow you to go down lower, so it makes it a little more low profile and all that, and even more to the center of the gravity, it would mean that I would have to put this on top or find other mounting solutions. They do add this in there, but as you saw, this is about a gram, a little over a gram, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to add more weight when I'm trying to make this as light as possible. So even though this camera does fit perfectly in there, and would probably look pretty cool, I decided against doing that. So it's not focusing. Well, I don't know why. In any case, yep. So after having said all that, I think I'm gonna go back to this one, which I've already prepped in terms of what I have to do with it, which is I cut down a couple of the mount struts in there, 2 here, 1 down there, so that will allow this camera to rest perfectly down, this transmitter to rest perfectly down there. And so I'm gonna go ahead and do that, put it all together with the new motors, and hopefully it's not as boring as I ended up feeling like it's gonna be, because I was really excited about using this super light frame. So instead of saving the gram or so that I would with that, I'm gonna go ahead and hope that the stuff I cut there is enough to make these a little more comparable. So I'll be back. Alright guys, so it's gonna be a quick follow-up. So it's gonna be pretty funny because after having done all that and tested things out, I realized that really this is already gonna be pretty close to the Ultimate Whoop, and it's gonna be funny because I think weight-wise, let's see, it's just about the same as it was before. But 2 things that I've noticed now that I've been flying it, and you've probably already seen the flight videos if you're still around by this point, is that these motors are awesome. They are actually a good upgrade. I wasn't sure if they were going to turn out that way. I still don't like the purple, or magenta. It's not for me, but performance-wise, they're totally worth it. And I also noticed that with the 3-blade propellers, it's a lot smoother in flight. It is much more responsive. I mean, this thing will like stop on a dime. Like you'll be going pretty much as fast as it'll go, and then if you want to stop, you can just stop like almost immediately. It's really, 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 really nice. So overall, I guess the biggest improvements I was able to make were the motors and the propellers. So I highly recommend those 2 things as improvements. I don't like that the propellers are taller, but maybe it's something about the shape. With ducted fans, anything that directs the airflow down is going to be helpful. So the slanted struts and the combination of a very little clearance in between the propellers and the shape of the propeller make these really, really responsive and really nice to use. So there you go. I ended up not doing a ton more, other than I cut down a little bit more of the plastic here and here just to cut some weight. And yeah, this thing is amazing. Still my favorite Whoop. Still probably my favorite quad now, maybe of all time. So happy flying. Thank you again for watching. If this was in any way helpful to you, please make sure to like and subscribe. I'll put the link down in the description for the things I used. All of those are my affiliate links. I'm very upfront about that.
But I want you to know that if you click on them and you see something that you like or that you need and you end up buying it from the site, it helps me out. It helps me create more content for you, and I just appreciate the support. So thank you guys. Again, this turned out to be a little bit more basic than I thought it was going to be, but what works, right? Oh, and last thing, just to show a bit more detail once again, is here, just so you can see how I mounted the camera. The board goes underneath it. The board fits right in between the two plugs on both sides, and if you use some double-sided foam tape, you can wedge it in there pretty nicely. You do see that you have to cut a tiny bit of the plastic there just to fit it better. I wanted it to not go any lower than the camera, so that if you crash or anything, I wanted it to not go any lower than this brace, so that if you crash or anything, right in the middle, at least it's protected by this, and you're not messing with that a lot. But it's pretty solidly wedged in there, so it's not gonna break off. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.